Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Winham, and I am the Assistant Director and Reference Librarian at Geneva Public Library. Welcome to my home office this evening. I thought I would make a little video for the visual learners among us to show you what the Hotspot kit looks like and how it operates, and explain a little about what you're going to do when you check it in and out to a patron. So these are Verizon hotspots, and hopefully that means that the patrons in our 4 counties will have good coverage. Of course, not everyone will have coverage everywhere, but we're going to be trying our best to make sure that most people have coverage. We've purchased 6 of these hotspots with central library funds with the goal of helping libraries who aren't able to fit these items into their budgets, and so they can be able to offer them to their patrons. Of course, patrons at all OWL libraries, whether or not those libraries already have hotspots, will be able to check them out. Anybody can check these hotspots out. They will be coming through delivery. So a patron will put the item on hold, just like they'll put a book on hold. We will put it in the delivery. It will arrive at your library if your patron has put it on hold. And I'm going to explain the process here of how it's going to work. So first, I thought I would just explain what is in the kit itself. So you can see that it is a black case with a blue zipper, and we wanted to make sure that it was as padded as possible, just because, it gets bumped around a little bit, even though our delivery guys are very careful. Some of those books are pretty heavy. So when you open up the case, you will see that there is a hotspot device. There's going to be a folded up piece of paper in there, which is the lending agreement, which we'll talk about in a minute. It's a pretty hefty, it's like a cell phone, actually. The barcode is on the device itself. Each device has its own number. They're numbered 1 through 6. Also in the case is a charge cord. They're labeled GPL, and then a charging block, which will be numbered to go with the device number. And then on the bottom of the box, there's a sticker, the case, and then the case itself will have a luggage tag that has a card in it that says that this item must be returned with the hotspot charger, the carrying case, instructions, and it says, please do not return in the book drop. These items must be returned while your library is open to a person at your desk. They cannot be returned in the drop box. Occasionally, because we do have hotspots at our library, occasionally we will get them where they're returned in the drop box. We end up putting just a note in the patron's record that they have returned a hotspot into the drop box, and depending on whether or not there were issues with them, we deal with things differently. So if you have something like that become a problem, just contact me. Okay, so when the patron puts a hold on it, we are going to send it to you through delivery, and it's going to arrive in your box of deliveries. When you get it, you're going to open it. This is a good time to make sure that everything is in the box. We're always going to be double checking everything with these. You're going to open the case. You're going to make sure that everything is in there. You want the charge cord. You want the charge block. You're going to want to make sure that the hotspot is there. Everything matches. And we will also have placed in there a folded up piece of paper and this is going to be the Central Library lending agreement. Now, if by some chance we have forgotten to put in one of these, there's a spot on the LibGuide where you can go click and print off a clean copy. As you're filling out one and you need a new copy, they're accessible to you on the LibGuide. The other thing that you want to do is you're going to want to make sure that the hotspot is operational. So you're going to want to turn it on by touching the power button, which I hope you can see. Sorry, the lighting isn't the best in here. It's right on the top of the side here. As soon as you turn it on, you're going to get the little hello sign. It does take a minute to start up. So what I recommend that you do is just kind of put this to the side a minute, or go ahead and check it in. Remember, the barcode is on the back. So you're going to go ahead and check it in. That's going to tell you who the patron is that ordered the hotspot. That might be a good time to put their library card number on the lending agreement and the hotspot number. Make sure you keep it all together. And then check how they want to be notified. So they may be getting a text right now while you're going through all of this, or you might have to call them. Now you can see that the screen has started up, and see if I can get a good picture here of the menu. So you can see what you need to see. When the screen goes dark, you just push the power button really quick. You need the one that has this little eye in it. Just touch that. Then you're going to get the information that shows the network name and the password. That is what the patron is going to look for to hook up to the hotspot. So the network name is CL hotspot number, and then whatever number the hotspot has. We've numbered them 1 through 6. And then the password is going to be Geneva CL and the number, whatever the hotspot is. So that's what they're going to look for. They can a bunch of different things. There's no number of devices that they can hook up. If we find that we need to change that, then we will change that. But we left it a pretty large number for now. On the other side here, you will see full Wi-Fi signage up. You'll see that means that the Wi-Fi is on and working. All that you need to be worried about. I have disabled the reset button to reset things, especially if they've kept it overdue and I've turned the data off. I don't want them trying to go in there and reset everything, because then I have to go in there and reset the password and everything. When you want to shut it down, you just hold the power button until you get this menu, or restart. You want to hit shut down. That's going to power it off. If the hotspot under 50%, try to charge it. We will try to make sure that we send you a fully charged hotspot. So now your patron has been notified that they have the hotspot, and they are here in front of you. Now you're going to take your lending agreement. You're going to go over the hotspot with them, everything that's in the case, how to work the hotspot. Make sure that they've read the policy is accessible on the LibGuide. You can print out a copy if you want to have one at your desk. The most important things for them to know is that they can only have it for a week. There are no renewals, and they are responsible for any damage or anything that needs to be replaced. And that if they don't turn it in to the library where they've checked it out by the end of your business day that day, that the data will be turned off. I'll be monitoring that. So the data will be turned off that day. So it'll just be a hockey puck for them. When they say, yes, I agree to all of that, you're going to fill out all of this information. The staff person who is filling out and doing this is going to initial. The patron's going to initial, and the date. Then you're going to package everything up for them. They're going to go off on their merry way and enjoy their hotspot. You're going to keep this at your circulation desk, someplace safe, because you need to pull it back out when they come back with their hotspot. If while they have their hotspot out, they call you and say they're having trouble with it, and the problem's going to be some connection issue that has to do with their location. They might have to move it around in their house. You can try to coach them through that, or you can just have them give me a call. Okay? Now, when they return the hotspot, this is where you're going to pull out your form again. You're going to go back through everything. You basically do the whole thing in reverse. You want to make sure that the hotspot power's on and that it's working like it should. You want to make sure that you have the same charge cord and the same charge block. You don't want them to be returning a different one. If they're returning a different one, say they left this one at home and it got mixed up with a bunch of their other ones and they're returning a C charger, but it's not this C charger, then they're not returning a complete set. Then that needs to be addressed. So as long as everything is complete and good, then you can fill out the back of this with the hotspot number, check everything in, your staff initials, you initial, date, the patron initials. Then you check back in the hotspot and it will tell you to send it back to Geneva. It's not going to go on to the next patron who has it on hold. We're going to have everything come back to Geneva so that we can just make sure all the settings are correct and everything before it goes on to the next patron hold request. Then you're going to shred this if everything's okay, because we don't want any personally identifying information wandering around if it doesn't need to be. So if all is well, check it in, send it back to us, shred this. However, if all is not well, then what you're going to do is you're going to write down what isn't well here on the form. You're going to go over with the patron that you want to get as accurate of detail, the dog chewed on the cord or something like that. Then you're going to check in the device, but you're going to mark it damaged so that we know that there's something not right with it. You're going to initial it. They're going to initial it. You're going to let them know that they will be contacted by me from Geneva about fees if they're going to owe any. Sometimes it depends on how things were damaged. We do take things on a case-by-case basis. That's why having all the details is important. You're going to take the form, you're going to stick it back into the case. If that's the thing that's missing, then give me a call and let me know, and we'll talk over what you can send it back to Geneva in that will make sure that everything gets back to us securely. Communication here in this case is going to be key. Make sure that everything gets back to us, especially the information about who had it out. It will be an evergreen, but this form is important as well. Then send it back to us through delivery, and we will take it from there. I think everything's going to go really well. I think this is going to be a great program that's going to benefit a lot of our patrons and a lot of our libraries, and really looking forward to collaborating with everybody in the system. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to email me, call me, send an owl if you want. That would be great too. This video is embedded in a LibGuide that has all of the information that you would need to make this program work for you. So there's also Instagram posts, Facebook posts, and a flyer that you can download, and all of the information that you might need. But we're always here for you. Cheers to our pilot project.